So there's always that one brow which always turns out perfect. If you want your brows to remain in place the entire day, this has been my life changer. Be sure to check. God, did I just say check? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the Empire. If you're passing by for the first time, please feel free to join us. Feel free to be part of this family by subscribing, by hitting the notification bell down below, and so that you can get down below right here, so you get notified every time I put up my videos. I try as much as I can to put up my videos every week, although sometimes a bit hard. So in this video today, I'm going to share with you my updated eyebrow routine, how I do my brows lately, how I set them so that they don't move the entire day. So after filling them in, I go ahead with my spoolie brush again and the brush off all the excess products. I wanted to make this a voiceover, but I just can't film without talking. So next it's time for us to clean our brows, and I'm going to use a flat brush to do that. You can use an angled brush, it's all your choice. Then I'm going to use two concealers. So normally I use two concealers. One concealer which is lighter, the one that I would use to highlight my face, and one concealer that is my almost close to my skin tone. So I'm going to show you how I do that. So I always start with the outer portion of my brows, and for that is where I use the light concealer to do that. I'm using Fawn to do this, Illegal. So I'm just going to follow that arc, and I'm going to start right here. So once I've outlined that part of my brow, I take a flat dense brush, just a fluffy dense brush, and I blend that concealer out since I've used way too much. Then now it's time to do the front part, and for the front part, that is where I use a concealer that is lighter to my skin, my skin shade, or closer to my skin tone, and I use the NYX concealer. Then I'm gonna start from this point. I hope I'm close enough to the camera. Then I'm just going to join the two concealers together and then drag it down. Just try and blend here. I'm still going to take my blending brush and blend that part. Going to repeat the same procedure on this other eyebrow. So already we have like a shape going on, so we just blend that out again. So we start blending from this point and going inwards. I'm going to use the same concealer, or you can use a foundation for this front part, your foundation, and the upper part. So I'm going to use the same concealer that I've used at the front part for my upper part. I'm not even going to dip into another product. I'm just going to go with the brush as it was, and I'm going to do this. Just follow the shape of your brow. Just take your time. Brows can be hectic sometimes. You can use your fingers to blend to get a perfect tail. Now that I have that shape going on, it's time for us to blend again with our brush. This one right here. Follow this line to give you a guideline right here. So I don't know if you can see it on camera, so I'm just going to follow this. Like that. So there's always that one brow which always turns out perfect. This is always my best brow. This one always gives me stress, but one thing you should know, that brows do not look alike. They just look like sisters. So you just have to try and make them look like sisters as much as you can. Okay, so you try as much as you can to make them look similar. It takes a while, but you, at the end of the day, you'll get something that you're satisfied with. So at this point, I'm satisfied with that look. So that is how I get my brows done. What I wanted to show you guys is I use two different types of concealers to do that. So at this point, I'm just going to brush in my brows because I want this product to fade, because I want them to look more natural. So I'm just going to fade it in. Just brush them. So if you want to know where your brows should start, always take your pencil or whatever you can use to measure, put it right here and just and then just measure. It should start somewhere right here. So that's where your brows should start. Okay, don't go further than that. The next thing I do is that I take the same brush that I was using to clean it up, and I just brush this front part like this, because I want to get rid of this harsh line down here. So just brush my front part like this. I don't draw in using a concealer. It looks funny. I find it looking like it's like you've drawn your hair structure. So I just brush it using my brush without any product in it, just a little of the product that remained in the brush, and I just get those hair-like structures, strokes at the front part of my brow. I have my hair-like structures. Now, for the fun part is setting the brows. So what I do when it comes to setting, I don't have a gel liner. So if you don't have a gel liner, what I do when it comes to setting, I use an Eco Styler gel. Yes. If you want your brows to remain in place the entire day, this has been my life changer. This has been a lifesaver. This is the Eco Styler gel in Black Castor, the latest one, the new one. So I hope that the next time I go to the shop, I'll just find that they have not ruined the formula, because you know Africans. So this is Eco Styler Professional Styling Gel. So I use this. Take my spoolie brush and I just swirl it around the gel. Just a little bit of it, not too much. Just a little bit. Not too much. Then I brush my brows into place. Go ahead and brush my brows. They don't itch. You know, people feel like it will itch, but they don't. This just makes sure that my brow stays in place the entire day, and just gives those hair-like structures a definition. So yeah, just set it like this. And I'm good. See the hair-like structures? They just turned out. So that's a plus. So the next thing I do is I set the front part of these parts, because I don't want them to crease, and I use this brush and I use my face powder. I'm going to use it for the front part of my brows right here, just to make it look natural, the same way we did with the concealers. So just set these parts, front part, and I also set this part until where the arc is. Okay, so for the outer portion of my eyebrow, I use a lighter shade of powder. So in this case, I'm going to use, so I normally use the Kara eyeshadow palette to set my outer portion, and I normally use this color. It's a bit lighter than my face powder, this color right here. Just dab it in. Just like that, and my brows are done and they're good to go. So that's how I do my brows, and that's how I've been doing my brows for the longest time. Now, somebody might say that this technique is way too long when you're in a hurry. I don't do this on a daily. This is when I want to have like a glamorous look. That's how I set my brows, on a glamorous look. On the upper portion of my brows, what I normally do is I go in with my foundation and I try to conceal that light part. You set them with a what is it called, an Concealer gel. You're going to be sure it's going to last you the entire day. So I'm going to see you guys next time. Be sure to check out the rest of the videos that I'm going to create. And yeah, it's the Valentine's season. Bye bye.